Different genres and games come and go, but some find sticking power, and they're almost able to seemingly take over the world, staying around far longer than the many games and genres that remain niche. Once a leading game takes over for the genre and we see that overwhelming success, because of it, tons of other games pop up trying to either emulate or innovate on the success of that original. Let me give you some examples. First, we had World of Warcraft pave the way to the mainstream for the MMO, and since then, we have seen countless attempts at a wannabe WoW killer, some of course much more successful than the countless others. Sometime after that, we had League of Legends and Dota 2 pave the way for the MOBA genre, and from there we saw all sorts of games pop up like Smite, Heroes of the Storm, and all the way to Pokemon Unite. We've seen other popular genres come up too, like hero shooters and auto battlers, etc. But the genre I want to talk about today are Battle Royales, especially with the record-breaking recent release of Warzone 2.0. Let's run through a super brief history lesson on Battle Royales as a genre. Battle Royale started as a mod for a game. Well, actually, it was a mod for a mod of a game, and it was pioneered by Brendan Green. You may know him better as Player Unknown. Yeah, that one. And the mod had most of what we're familiar with today. You would drop in, find loot, and compete to be the last one standing. Since then, the genre has blossomed into tons of games that just smash records over and over. And that leads us to today, where we're left with a few supermassive titans that have stood the test of time. These games, of course, are Fortnite, Apex Legends, and Warzone. And these games find tens of millions of players coming back day after day to search out that sweet victory with their friends. So with a game genre that requires over 100 players just to get a single match going where only one player or team can win, why did Battle Royales work? Why do they continue to work? And what is it about the genre and the game design that caused for almost universal success and popularity? There's two reasons that I want to go through today, which I think are top contributors through the game's design as to why this is the case. Those are 1, replayability, and 2, the gameplay tempo. I'm Bucky Mayer, and my channel is all about breaking down why we love the games we do from a design perspective. If that sounds like interesting content to you, then make sure to subscribe. But without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start with replayability and take a look at how the game is designed to naturally be highly replayable. In Battle Royales, every single match you play is unique. To start, the initial zone and zone progression is different with every game. You choose where to drop, which you can change every game. How many players drop and where they drop differs every game. The loot you receive and the loadout you build differ every game. The fights you take and the locations that you take them in differ. And the actual players in the lobby are of varying scale game to game as well. In games that succeed for years, replayability is core to keeping the experience fresh and keeping players choosing to boot a specific game up over the other thousands of games constantly vying for their attention. Naturally, building in replayability to the core gameplay also is cost efficient, as it makes the reliance on creation of new content a lot less dramatic. Not only that, but when you combine content with replayability in game design, you have a game that is naturally highly retentive. Battle Royales by design ensure that each game is different through all of the variables I mentioned before, which also affords them more time to add additional content to the game in forms of changing the map or the equipment within it, or even the game mechanics. Looking at how other massive genres accomplish this replayability, let's use MOBAs as a quick example. MOBAs have replayability in design by their variety of characters and items, making for a near infinite number of permutations in gameplay experience because every combination makes the game experience different. Now let's talk about the second contributing factor, and that is gameplay tempo, which is where I think the magic really comes in. People are trending more and more towards using the internet to connect with friends and other people, and we know that COVID accelerated this trend. However, if you find yourself playing a game like League of Legends or Among Us to try and stay close with your friends, while you might be creating memorable experiences, the games themselves oftentimes don't afford room for casual conversation, like you'd be more likely to have, say, having a drink with them at a local bar. Instead, you're typically focused on the game and gameplay. Battle Royales are different though. They're able to uniquely offer two types of gameplay that repeat over the course of a given match. For the average Battle Royale player, a game will consist of fights and dead time, where you're mindlessly looting, waiting to see where the circle will close, choosing where to go next, and searching for the next fight. This dead time provides reprieves where you're able to talk with and connect with the people that you're playing with. Not only does it afford time to connect, oftentimes about things not related to the game at all, but it simultaneously builds tension to make the next fight you find an even more memorable experience. So you're left after a match with both the satisfaction of having the ability to connect with your friends while also having meaningful, exciting, and memorable fights scattered throughout. It's almost as if the moments that lack compelling gameplay actually provide meaningful gameplay in their own way. Now, these are just 2 reasons that I believe as to why Battle Royales were able to become and stay so successful, but I know there are many more. So let me ask you, why else do you believe that Battle Royales are so widely successful and have captivated such a massive audience? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I'm Bucky Mayer again, and if you like this video, please give it a like. It really helps out and means a ton. And if you want more content like this, I'd love if you subscribed as well. I hope both that you have a wonderful rest of your day and that I get to see you sometime in the Warzone. See you later.